Hey guys, it's Louis here, and I've just got a quick video taking you through what I consider to be the best arbitrage betting software for 2022. It's been a while since I've looked at this topic, I think about a year. In that time, quite a few of the software that I looked at have updated their features and come out with some new interesting things. And then also quite a few new software have been released onto the market. So I figured that it's about time I take a look at this topic again and let you know what I consider to be the best software out there for 2022. Let's take a look. So the 6 software I'm going to look at in this video are RebelBetting, OddsJam, SureBet, Bet on Value, BetBurger, and OddsMonkey. And as a bit of a spoiler alert, my top recommendations are RebelBetting and OddsJam, and you'll see why as we go through this. So in terms of the pricing, straight up you'll notice that there's a pretty big variation in pricing. RebelBetting and OddsJam are priced very similarly. But then you've got some much cheaper ones like SureBet and OddsMonkey, and then much more expensive ones like Bet on Value and BetBurger. So this is the monthly price in euros that each of these software options cost. RebelBetting's starter package is 89 euros per month, and OddsJam actually costs $99 per month, which at the time of filming is about 88 euros or so. So very similar to RebelBetting. SureBet and OddsMonkey are down there at around the 25 euro mark. And then you've got some really expensive ones. Bet on Value and BetBurger are really quite expensive. They cost a lot per month. So I don't particularly recommend those two, as you'll see as we go down here. Now, in saying that, while that is the standard price that each of these software options cost per month, I've actually managed to get some exclusive coupons available for you guys that you can use, and I'll run you through what they are now. For RebelBetting, you can get 2 months for the price of one. If you use my link, which I'll have in the video description below. And that will mean that each time you buy a subscription with RebelBetting, you will get 2 months for the price of one. So that kind of halves the price in a way. So rather than 89 euros, it costs more like 45 euros per month. For OddsJam, I've got a 40% off coupon. If you use the code TAA at the checkout for OddsJam, you'll get 40% off, which brings that down to about 50 euros or so per month. In US dollars, it's like about $60 per month, I think. For SureBet, I've just got a 10% off coupon for them, and that'll be in the video description below. For Bet on Value, I've got I think it's a 25% off coupon for them. Nothing for BetBurger, and for OddsMonkey, I actually do have a coupon which lets you can trial 1 month of OddsMonkey for just £1. So that's pretty good as well. And all those discounts and coupons will be in the video description below. But as you can see, with these coupons, that actually does substantially reduce the cost of each of these software options and make it significantly more attractive. So if you are interested in purchasing any of them, I do recommend that you take a look at the video description below and see what options I've got down there for you. So the next thing is the free trial length. Do any of these software options offer a free trial? If so, how long is the free trial they offer? So for RebelBetting, they offer a 2-week free trial with all of their full features included. OddsJam offer a 7-day trial. For SureBet, Bet on Value and BetBurger, I've got it set at 60 here, but actually they offer an indefinite free, kind of, I guess, a free account. It's not really a trial. You get a free account with them that you can use to look at arbitrage bets. The thing is, with each of these, they, especially Bet on Value and BetBurger, they significantly limit the features that you get access to on the free trial, which means that it's not actually that useful. Like I think Bet on Value, for example, delays the feed of odds that you get by 15 or 30 minutes. I think it's 30 minutes for the free trial, which means that you basically won't ever see any real arbs. Most arbitrage bets don't last longer than 30 minutes. Once they become available on the software, people will start placing bets on them. The bookmakers will realize that they've mispriced their odds, and then the odds will change accordingly and that arbitrage bet will disappear. So while you can get an unlimited free account, unlimited length free account with some of these software options, some of the software packages, it's not actually that useful. Whereas RebelBetting and OddsJam's free trial actually gives you access to their full features, so you can see what it would really be like to use their software. OddsMonkey, like I said, you can get, it's not exactly free, but you can get a 1 month OddsMonkey full account for just £1, which is basically free if you use the link in the video description below. So you kind of get a 1 month trial of OddsMonkey there for just about free. So that's pretty good. Now, as we get into how the actual software works, this is a bit of a subjective measure, but this way is the software interface and how it looks. And if you've read any of my reviews, you know how important I consider the layout and interface of a software to be, especially arbitrage betting software. When doing arbitrage betting, you need to place lots of bets in really quick succession, and you need to make sure that you understand what you're betting on and what odds you need to bet on to ensure that you can successfully execute that arbitrage bet. For some of the software packages out there, the interface is really quite poor. It's difficult to understand at a glance what you need to bet on, what market you're betting on, what odds you're betting on, and what bookmaker combinations would actually constitute an arbitrage bet. RebelBetting and OddsJam are fantastic for this. They have basically top of the line kind of interfaces. They make it really easy to understand what you're betting on, what bookmaker combinations you can use. If a bookmaker rejects your bet, what fallback you can go to and use instead. They're really good at that. The rest are pretty decent, although BetBurger is a standout for having a poor interface. I actually don't like that interface at all. I think it's very confusing and difficult to navigate. And for that reason, I don't really recommend them, especially when you consider how expensive they are as well. They're the most expensive one here, yet they have the worst interface. The next one is Arb Types, and that is not all arbitrage betting software will allow you to bet on all things. For example, there is, in addition to regular arbitrage bets, there is also middles and then negative middles, which can be quite profitable to bet on. And if you're not sure what they are, you can check out my website for more information. But there are other types of arbitrage bets out there, and not all software will let you bet on all of them. But RebelBetting and OddsJam, BetBurger are particularly good at this. And you can see a bit of a theme coming along here. RebelBetting and OddsJam just tend to do well on pretty much everything that you could hope for arbitrage betting in an arbitrage betting software. Next up is the number of bookmakers that each of these software packages cover. And this is pretty important because, as we know, having access to more bookmakers means that you can do arbitrage betting for longer before getting banned at the various bookmakers. And it also gives you more options, more odds, which means that you can probably get more profitable arbitrage bets. You'll have more access to a greater number of arbitrage bets to choose from. So just in general, using a software that has access to, that covers more bookmakers is a good thing. And you can see that most of them cover around 80 to 90 bookmakers, with Bet on Value actually covering a lot more, over 160 bookmakers. Although in saying that, they probably cover quite a few bookmakers that aren't necessarily available in the country that you're located in, which means that it's maybe not particularly helpful. OddsJam covers relatively few bookmakers, only 30, but it's important to note that OddsJam is really targeting the US and Canada market, so they don't cover European bookmakers at all. They really just focus specifically on US bookmakers, and that's their specialty, whereas most of the other software options out there don't cover any of the US bookmakers. So if you are in the US or Canada, OddsJam really is your best bet here. Sports. Similar to bookmakers, basically the more sports the better. You want your arbitrage betting software to cover quite a few sports, because more sports means more matches and tournaments, which means more potential markets to bet on, more arbitrage bets. Basically, yeah, more sports is good. In saying that, you probably don't actually need that many sports. The vast majority of arbitrage bets will come from the most popular sports, like football, or if you're in the US, American football and baseball, basketball, things like that. For example, the SureBet, Bet on Value, and BetBurger are covering over 30 sports, but then they're covering kind of unusual things like handball and like kind of some kind of obscure sports that you wouldn't actually want to bet on necessarily in the first place. If you were to bet on these sports, you might get flagged by the bookmakers for kind of betting on irregular things, and that actually may lead to your accounts getting banned faster than you would otherwise. So I think even though RebelBetting and OddsJam only cover, 7 to 10 sports, I think that's actually enough. That's where most of the ARBs will come from. So I think that's really, it may seem like they're missing out a little bit here, but it's not really a big deal. Next up is bet tracking. So only 2 of these software packages include bet tracking, RebelBetting and OddsJam. And the reason why bet tracking is important is because when you're doing arbitrage betting, you're going to be placing like tens, if not hundreds of bets every single day. If you're serious about it full time, of course, you can do it more casually and just place a few bets a day. But if you are serious about arbitrage betting, you'll be placing many, many bets every day. The key here is about volume. You're making a very small percentage profit, but you're placing many, many bets, which leads to a high overall profit in the long run. It can be very confusing and difficult to track all of these, all of the different things that you've bet on. And that's why these software actually include built-in bet tracking. So every time you place a bet with that software, you can click the log button, and then they'll keep a record of all the bets you've placed. And then once the match reaches a conclusion, they will actually update that bet and grade it, mark it as a successful bet, a loss, or as a void bet. And overall, they can give you advice about the performance of your arbitrage betting, how much money you're making over time, what markets or bookmakers you're making more money with than others, and all that can be useful data and help you refine your arbitrage betting strategy. So this is quite a useful feature, and again, only offered by those two software packages. Lastly, we come to my overall rating, which is basically me summing up how I think each of these software packages compare on all of the different things that we've looked at, all the different factors we've looked at so far. And for me, it probably comes as no surprise that I really do recommend RebelBetting and OddsJam as the best two out there. If you are in the US or Canada, OddsJam is definitely the best bet for you. And if you're outside there, if you're in Europe or elsewhere in the world, RebelBetting is most likely the best option for you. Although do look at what bookmakers they cover and see how many of them are available in your country to determine whether RebelBetting is the best option for you. The others out there, they all have a number of limitations. Some of them don't cover that many bookmakers or are quite expensive. Bet on Value and BetBurger are particularly expensive. Some of them have quite poor interfaces. Particularly BetBurger is quite poor at that. Some of them don't cover very many ARB types like OddsMonkey. And for that reason, I really do consider RebelBetting and OddsJam to be the best options out there. I also do have some coupons for them, as I mentioned earlier. So if you are considering getting them, then please do take a look in the video description below, and you can access those coupons and get a few nice discounts. As always, if you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.